Hi there, my name is Ryan Dom. I am the biology teacher in North Nation by Design. I'm making this video today to give a brief overview of how Canvas works for our courses here within North Nation by Design. So obviously my dashboard here is a little more condensed than what most of our students will look like. But every single one of our students will have a North Nation by Design Canvas page. This is the page that we use primarily, collectively, but specifically for biology, for ELA, and for American history. They will have a separate Canvas page for math, which that is where all Miss Learman's stuff will be as far as math goes. But everything else North Nation by Design wise is in this Canvas page here titled North Nation by Design. So when you get here, you open that up and it goes to this homepage right here. So this is really the first place that we ask our students to go every day, is to go to this page and to scroll down. You'll notice here that algebra and geometry are linked here, so those go directly to Miss Learman's Canvas page specifically for those two courses. But if you scroll a little further, here is our calendar. So this calendar is updated every day for face-to-face and for virtual students. So what we have told our students is every day, whether you're here or not, start out by going here and seeing what's going on. Okay, for the most part, anything that we ask them to do is going to be linked in this, but they are aware that if it is not linked here, then they can find that in modules, which I'll show you here next. So again, we always have face-to-face listed, we always have virtual listed as far as the work and stuff that they need to get done. So this again is updated daily. They can go back on here to days past in case they were gone for a day. That is always accessible to them right there. So then over here on the left-hand side, and I'm actually going to go, let me see if I can jump in a student view to kind of give you a better perspective. Here we go. So this is what theirs probably looks like on their end. And so again, everything here is the same calendar. We have some links and resources here to PowerSchool, to Liberty North's homepage, the LMC, and to the counselors page. Again, this is algebra and geometry. And then right here is our I can statements. So this is, in essence, our standards that we're teaching from and assessing kids over, is whether they can meet these skills within, or whether they can meet each of these I can statements within each of our 5 skills throughout our classes. So that's a good resource that you could definitely look over and get an idea of what your students are being assessed over in all of our classes. So going back to Canvas, if you go over here to modules on the left, this is where they will find every assignment that they need to do. And so generally it will say on here what is being done, and then modules is where they will find those. So if you click on modules, it'll come up like this. So any lesson that we record for one reason or another, we always throw into this module here called recorded lessons. So you'll see there's a few specifically, some setup stuff, more so for reference, as far as setting up their portfolios, as far as downloading lockdown browsers, stuff like that. So I'm going to minimize that for right now. Then every Wednesday we do virtual field trips. We create a video and record all of that and then post that here. And so you'll see in here every Wednesday there's a video and an assignment tied to that. So that is always updated in this module here, and it's always dated so that students know when those happened. So for instance, today is Wednesday, so students will go here to find the assignment, which is right here, 1028 Virtual Wednesday Resilience. And then at the end of the day, whenever we finish with our virtual field trip, they'll find a video linked here as well. That's in case they missed the virtual field trip for that day. If you continue to scroll, so here is kind of our overarching idea for this semester is what is your impact and what is impact. And so within this is you'll see biology, you'll see, if you scroll a little bit more, you'll see ELA and you'll see history. So as far as assignments being posted, they will always be put into this, okay? And so if you notice on here, everything that's posted, there is a date tied to it. So that's the date that it was assigned, and then you'll always see down here the date that it's due. So what we encourage our students is, as they open these and look at these, obviously they need to recognize that due date, and that identifies when they need to have that done. So on each of these, if you open these up, this is where you'll find each of the assignments that your students have. The one I guess challenge or struggle that I think students have a lot is that they will, instead of going to modules, they will try to go through assignments or go through different links. We tried to get rid of most of those extra links over here so that they can't do that. We want them going through modules, because that way they know in order what's going on. They know by date when those things are being released, and they know when those things are due. So that is really kind of as simple as it gets as far as our classes go with Canvas. Every day when your students are here, we start the day having them open their computers, check their emails, check PowerSchool, and then go to this calendar and look over it, read through it, just to familiarize them with that. From that point, we then explain the calendar for the day, what we're going to be doing, and then we go on with the day. So I just want to encourage all of you. I know Canvas can be tough and challenging, but please do not ever hesitate to let us know if you have any questions, and specifically the students as well. The one thing I will say, over here on the right-hand side, you will find a to-do list. So this isn't always completely accurate, solely for the fact that if, let's say, your student completes an assignment and I grade it and then return it to them, then it sometimes will pop up in here as to do, because it's not submitted anymore, because I'm done with it, I've put a grade on it, and I've returned it back to them. So I try to keep my students away from really relying on this, because it's just clutter, and it's a lot. It's not a bad thing in regards to just checking due dates and when things are coming up, but as far as accessing and knowing what is due, I always suggest going to modules. Okay, so that is what I would try to talk to your students about, is don't rely on this, rely on the calendar, and then rely on going into those modules. I do want to show one thing. Actually, I don't think I'll be able to show it, but at least address one thing. So when students turn in assignments on Canvas, one thing that we've tried to do is when we grade that in Canvas, we leave feedback. And the goal is that our students are learning. So instead of just complying and turning things in on time, we want to see their continual growth in the skills that we're teaching. And so when they submit something that is either subpar or maybe not quite to the quality that we expect, generally that is entered into Canvas as a 0, but it's returned with feedback. And so we've talked to them multiple times on how to access that feedback and how to see that. And I would show you, but otherwise I would have to show a student's work, and I can't do that. But just know that the students have been told how to find that feedback, and I would encourage them that if they don't know, or if they are wondering why they got a particular grade on that, we always encourage them to come talk to us. Communication is key for us, and we're trying to teach our students that as well, as far as having a good sense of communication and dealing with the issues that they're having. So that is kind of Canvas 101 for us. Hopefully it's not too complex. We've tried to simplify it really simply so that our students aren't overwhelmed with it. I know it's all new and crazy for everybody. So again, please do not hesitate to email us with questions, or if you need help with anything, definitely feel free to reach out as well. Hopefully this was helpful. We look forward at some point meeting all of you, and we hope that you have a great day.